Hi guys, today we will be doing a mat Pilates workout using a Pilates arc. As far as equipment goes today, all you will need is your body, your mat, and a foam arc. This is an intermediate level Pilates workout. We will be moving fairly quickly during our transitions and doing some more advanced exercises. So, throughout the workout, as always, please feel free to modify or eliminate exercises as needed. As always, listen to your body. Make this workout your own. When you are ready, grab an arc, grab a mat, and we will get started. Okay guys, so let's turn sideways. We're gonna start seated in the well of our arc. Seated right up tall on the sit bones, feet in front of the hips. Your feet should be maybe 2 to 3 inches apart here, knees pointed right up to the ceiling. We're gonna start seated tall on our sit bones, hands behind the thighs, and let's just sit here for a moment and establish how tall we can grow through our spine. So lengthen through the back of the neck, feel the top of the head lifting towards the sky above. Soften the front of the rib cage so those abdominals are already deeply braced. And just sit here for a moment, taking a deep inhale through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. And again, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. And we'll do 2 more big breaths there. Every inhale, you grow taller through the spine. And every exhale, you deepen your abdominal connection. Let's do 1 more here, inhaling and exhaling. Beautiful, adding on, inhale, grow tall. Exhale, let the arms straighten and roll the low back down onto the arc. Again, inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, roll the lower back onto the arc. And we'll do that a few more times with the assistance of our arms here. And 2 more here. And last time through. Beautiful job. So stay here against the arc, really pressing your low back down, bracing through the belly, and release those hands. From here, we're gonna reach up an inch and down an inch. Exhaling and inhaling. As you lift away from the arc just slightly, feel your low ribs sliding down towards your hips. Collarbones stay nice and wide here, and we'll do 4 more. And 3, paying attention to how grounded your feet feel here on the mat. Last time, and we will add on again. So lifting up for a moment, and then lowering the body all the way down over the arc, arms sweep back and down to the sides, and then curl your head, neck, and chest up as the arms come down and forward in front of the shoulders. Inhale here. Exhale, come up off the arc just a little bit. Inhale, reach those arms up and overhead, big spinal stretch. Arms come down over the shoulders as you curl the head, neck, and chest up. Inhale for a breath. Exhale, curl and reach. Inhale, lower back, reach the arms over the head. We'll just do 1 more like that. Exhale, curl and lift. Inhale, reach those arms up, back, and around. Let's make that movement just a little bit bigger now. So sweeping the arms down to the floor on your inhale, and then exhale, hands come over the shoulders, and as they reach forward, I want you to sit all the way up onto the sit bones. Good. And again, inhale, down, around. Exhale, curl and lift, sit up tall. Inhale, down, around. Exhale, curl and lift, sit up tall. Let's do 2 more just like that. Beautiful, just warming up the spine, the shoulders. Very nice job. From here, sit up tall on those sit bones. Bring the hands behind the head, elbows reaching wide, and we're gonna roll the spine back down onto the arc here. Letting the upper body come almost parallel to the floor. And then exhale, curl the head, neck, and chest up just to the bottom tips of the ribs here. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, curl and lift. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, curl and lift. Beautiful, so the arc gives some beautiful feedback for your spine to tell where your spine is in space. Think about evenly pressing the low back ribs down into the arc as you curl the head, neck, and chest up. And let's do 3 more here. and 2. And last time. Come halfway back again. Upper body is fairly parallel to the floor. Now we'll rotate to one side and curl our head, neck, and chest up on an angle. Lower back down on that angle, rotate back center, and reverse to the other side. Exhale as you curl and lift. Inhale as you come back center. Exhale as you curl and lift. Inhale as you come back center. Beautiful job. Now the hips are nice and stable in that well still. Your feet are still evenly weighted here. You should start to feel a bit of heat in the abdominals about now, I hope. And we'll do 2 more to either side. Last one on either side. And come center. Beautiful job. From here, let's just curl our head, neck, and chest up and sit up all the way on top of our sit bones. Beautiful. Roll all the way back and lean the body over the arc. Again, slide the ribs down to the hips, curl all the way up to seated, and slowly rolling all the way down. We'll do 2 more just like that. Feeling that beautiful spinal articulation as you roll over the arc. Let's do 1 more here. Roll it back. Nice. And then from here, we are going to curl our head, neck, and chest up, release our hands forward, and just slide our body a little further down on the arc. So I'd like you to be able to rest your shoulders on the apex of the arc, with the head resting on the arc as well for a little bit of support. We are going to bring our feet sit bone distance apart in front of us, and from here we are going to work on a little bit of bridging. So as far as your arms go, they can hold onto the arc or they can reach right up to the ceiling. I'm going to reach mine right up to the ceiling. From here, take a breath, inhale. Exhale, tuck the tailbone under and peel your spine up off of the lip of that arc. Good. And rolling right back down again. Let's do that twice more. Rolling it up, pressing evenly through the big toes and pinky toes of the feet, and rolling it down. We'll do 2 more just like that, rolling it up, and rolling it down. Last time here, we're gonna stay lifted at the top, establish that rib to hip connection here, lift through the low glutes and the hamstrings. Very nice job. From here, let's just pulse the hips up to the ceiling. Little exhales as you lift the hips. And we'll do 8 and 7. Collarbones are nice and wide. Last 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Now toe heel those feet in towards one another so they're right next to each other. Squeeze your inner thighs together a little bit and then lift the hips just slightly taller. From here, shift the weight into your right foot and lift the left knee into tabletop. Bring that foot back down. Keep the hips nice and steady, powering the glutes up to the ceiling, and lift the other knee into tabletop. Beautiful. We'll just walk here a few more times side to side, trying to keep even weight through both shoulders even as you transition. Hips stay nice and high throughout. Let's do 2 more on either side. Keep powering those hips up to the ceiling. Good, and then end on one side with one leg lifted into tabletop, and we will pulse the knee up to the ceiling by pushing the foot down into the floor and using our glutes and hamstrings to propel the hips upward. We've got 8 more on this side. 7, 6, last 4, good. Last 1, smooth transition to the other side. Keep both hips equally lifted and propel those hips up to the ceiling. And we'll do 8 more from here. 7, 6, last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep the hips lifted, lower both feet down, lift the hips 1/4 of an inch higher, and then when you're ready, roll the hips all the way down onto the arc. Beautiful. From here, we're gonna push ourselves back just a little bit so that your tailbone is slightly forward of the front lip of the arc. Your low ribs are attached to the arc back behind you, and you feel like you can lift both knees up into tabletop here and feel in control of your body. Okay, so now we're gonna grab behind our thighs with our arms, elbows wide to the sides, and just extend one leg up to the ceiling and bend, and the other leg up to the ceiling and bend. Every time a leg lifts to the ceiling, you should feel a stretch of the hamstrings and try to deepen your core as the leg extends. Let's do 2 more here, and 1 more on each side. Very nice job. From here, bring one foot up, bring the other foot up, lower the feet forward just a little bit, and lift the feet back up. Now, if you feel like you are sliding, feel free to adjust the hips forward or back, depending. Hands can stay on the thighs or hands can extend here. Think about using your low, deep abdominals to pick those legs back up to the sky. Inhale, forward, exhale, lift. Inhale, forward, exhale, lift. Let's do 4 more here. Keep those low ribs attached to the arc back behind you. Last 2. And last time. Bring the legs back up. Grab on behind one calf or thigh. Extend the other leg forward. Pull, pull twice on that one leg. Switch. Pull, pull twice on your other leg. Big reach through the toes. Big reach through the toes. Keep that belly depressing into the space between the lip and the apex of the arc. Let's do 4 and 3 and 2 and 1, maybe 1 more to make it even. Nice, and then that leg that's closest to you, we will bend it. Hands come back behind the head, and let's exchange the legs. And switch, and switch, and switch, and switch for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whatever knee is in, keep it in, rotate towards it. Come through center as you switch. Rotate to the other side. And exhale, and exhale. 2 more to either side here, guys. Last time, last time. Come center. Knees stay bent. I just need to shift myself slightly. Knees stay bent or legs extend for the 100. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Round 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. And 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. And 4, and exhale. And 5, and exhale. Good. 6. Nice strong pumps of the arms here. That pump is coming all the way from underneath the armpit for 7. And 8. Last 2 rounds. And last time through. Beautiful job. Place those feet down. Maybe extend the head back down onto the arc, reach the arms, and just take a little bitty stretch here. Very nice job. Okay, so from here, bring your hands up to the shoulders, above your shoulders. Take a breath, inhale, extend the legs, and exhale, roll your spine all the way up to seated. Then when you're ready, come right up top onto the lip of the arc, sit bones right on top. We will take our feet about the width of the mat here. Flex our toes back towards the shins. Reach the arms forward of the shoulders for a spine stretch. So inhale, grow tall. Exhale, reach the hands forward parallel to the floor as you pull the navel back behind you. And then sit up nice and tall on the sit bones again. Inhale. Exhale, reach the upper body forward. Navel pulls back to the spine. Inhale, grow up tall. 2 more. Exhale, reach and round the spine. And last time here. Exhale. And inhale. Hands behind the ears. Take a breath. Inhale, grow taller. Exhale, rotate to one side. Nice. Inhale, grow taller through center. Exhale, rotate the other way. So seated on the lip of the arc here is so nice because you can really tell where your sit bones are in space. They should feel evenly pointed down into the lip of the arc. Resist against them twisting with the torso. One more each way. Very nice. Reach both arms up to the ceiling as you come back through center. Exhale, lower one arm down to the side and reach up and over. Beautiful side bend here. Inhale, both arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, dive over the other way. Again, that sit bone you're reaching away from is very firmly pressed down into the lip of the arc. One more each way. Ribs are still soft, sliding down to the hips. Very nice job. Sit up nice and tall here. Beautiful. Okay, so from here we will turn sideways, taking one hip into the well of the arc and lean our upper body over the arc here. So I'm supporting my head with my hand. Top hand is also going to come back behind the head, and we are just going to warm up our outer hips a bit. So make sure that those hips are completely stacked here. Reach long through your top leg, slide it along the floor, and then lift it up to parallel the floor. From here, we'll lift up and down just a few inches. Exhaling as you lift, finding as much length through that leg as you possibly can. Nice job. You've got 8 and 7. Keep sliding the front ribs down to the hips and pressing the pelvis forward. You've got 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Now flex that foot, kick it forward, point that foot, kick it back. I am hugging into the arc with my bottom leg to aid my stability here. We are going to see this exercise or these few exercises coming up again in a more tricky position. So really concentrate on your form here. Let's do 2 more. And last time. Now hold that leg back behind you, rotate the torso slightly towards the arc and extend your top arm long. From here, you're just gonna lift up and down with that long arm and leg. Let's do 8 and 7 and 6. Good, last 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Bring the top hand back behind the head, open the torso towards the sky, flex your extended leg, and let's finish off with some little lifts here. For 8 and 7, really pushing out through the heel and pulling those toes back. For 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Very nice job. Bend that knee. Let the knee and the shin come towards the floor, and then let's sit all the way up for a moment. Extend the arms nice and long. Take a breath, inhale, grow tall. Exhale, bring the hand down to the arc as you reach up and over, big side bend. Bring that arm back up to the ceiling and float both arms out to the sides. Again, inhale, exhale, hand down to the arc, big stretch up and over. Try to relax that shin down to the floor, and then arm comes up overhead and sit up nice and tall. We'll do 3 more just like that, just warming up into those obliques. And 2. Nice big breaths here, last time. Very nice job, and sit up tall. From here, we'll turn all the way around. My back will be to you for just a few moments. So, again, your other hip is now in the well. Your top leg is extended. Your hand is cradling your head. Top hand can be right behind the head, or it could be down on the arc for a little more support. Stack those hips, stretch your top leg long, and float it up. Toe is pointed for now. We'll do 8 lifts here. 8 and 7, 6, Last 4, 3, 2, flex the foot, we kick forward and reach back. Now again, my bottom leg is aiding my stability by hugging into the base of the arc. Let's do 4 and 3. Trying to keep that leg as parallel to the floor as we can. Last 2 and last time. Bring the leg to its back point, rotate your torso slightly towards the well, and extend your top arm long. From here, we lift up on that angle with arm and leg. Your bottom elbow can support you just slightly here for 8 and 7, 6, really reach through those toes. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Top hand comes back behind the head, rotate the torso straight forward, flex your extended leg, and lift for 8 and 7, 6. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Point the toe, carefully bend the knee, and lower the shin down towards the floor. From here, we'll sit all the way up. Extend both arms nice and long, reach them across the room. Take a breath, inhale, and reach up and over. Slide your low hand down on the arc for support. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. And again, up and over. And come all the way up. And up and over. Try to minimize how much you use that lower hand. Primarily, we are using our side obliques to float us back up tall. Let's do 2 more here. And last time. Very nice job. Okay, so from here we are going to come around to the other side of the arc and do a little more sideline work on the hip. So I'm going to take my hip right to the apex of the arc, and then very carefully I'm going to lean over so that my forearm is down on the mat and I can hug in to the side of the arc with my forearm. This might take some time to find a comfortable position for the hip. If you need an extra cushion, feel free to add an extra cushion. When you're ready, we're going to float both legs out to the side here. Pull the belly in and press the pelvis forward. Top hand can be on the arc for support here. And when you're ready, we will lift and lower that top leg again, staying nice and lifted through your low obliques, even as the leg floats up. Nice. So adding a bit of a balance challenge here. If you wanted to, your top hand could again come back behind the head, adding a little or taking away some of that stability. You're still reaching long through that top leg, and we've got 5 more here, and 4, last 2, and last 1. Bring that top leg down, flex both feet. This time your top leg kicks forward as your bottom leg reaches back. They slide past each other at the center, and then reverse. Top leg goes back, bottom leg goes forward. Cross in the middle and switch. Cross in the middle and switch. For 4 and 3. Nice job. Last 2 and last 1. Hold the top leg back and pulse up with the top elbow. Now you might not move very far. I'm not going very far, but I definitely feel my top obliques reacting to this exercise. For 4 and 3 and 2. Now hold the top elbow high and try to lift both legs up and up and up and up. You've got 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Bring foot on top of foot, bend the knees, take your top hand down, and just sit all the way up, nice and tall. We are going to stay on this side briefly for a little side plank. So you'll take your bottom hand, the hand closest to the arc, onto the apex of the arc, and we are going to walk ourselves out into a side plank. Now, I don't mind my feet being on the floor, but if you wanted to, you could slide your arc to the end of the mat so that both feet could be supported. Press your hand firmly down into the top of the arc, top hand on the hip or towards the ceiling, and we will float and lower our top leg here. Nice. Let's do 4 more here. That's it, and 3, and 2. Now you can keep that top leg up or bring it down when we do our next exercise. I'll start with my leg down. Top arm reaches to the sky. When you're ready, exhale and rotate that top arm. Look towards the arc underneath you. And then spiral the spine back open, top arm to the ceiling. Again, if you feel the need or want, float that top leg up. Take a breath, inhale. Exhale, rotate the torso. Gaze towards the arc. Rotate the torso back open. Fingertips towards the sky. Let's do 3 more. Exhale. And inhale, reach. And 2 more, exhale. And reach, last time here, and exhale. And reach, very nice. Both feet down, carefully come down onto your hip, and now we'll just do all of that on the other side. So flip your body over, take your bottom hip right to the top of the arc, and carefully just take your time coming all the way down onto the forearm on the ground. Again, you might need extra support or cushion underneath that bottom hip. When you're ready, lift both legs out to the side. Inner thighs are hugging towards one another. Top hand on the arc or behind the head here. Good. Lift your low obliques out of that well and float and lower the top leg. Reach long all the way across the room with both legs here. We'll do 8 and 7. Nice, 4 more here. 3, 2, and 1. Bring the legs on top of one another, flex both feet. Kick the top leg forward as the bottom leg goes back. Slide past one another through center and switch. Slide past one another through center and switch. And switch. Really feeling those obliques fire up here. For 4, and 3, and 2. On this last one, we're gonna hold our top leg back and little pulses up with the top elbow. Again, it's a small little movement for 5. And 4, think about sliding your side ribs down to your hip. Last 2, last one, now stay lifted with that elbow and lift the legs for 8, and 7, and 6. The last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring foot on top of foot, carefully bend the knees, and prop yourself up. Great job, guys. Let's slide down a little bit. Bottom hand goes to the apex of the arc for our side plank. So we'll walk our feet out, stack your feet, top hand to the hip or to the sky. Top leg is going to lift and lower, and lift and lower. For 3, and 2, and last one, lower foot to foot. Top arm reaches to the sky if it's not there already. Take an inhale. Exhale, rotate the upper body towards the well or towards the arc. Take your gaze down towards the floor and then rotate the spine back open. Option to float that top leg again. Rotate and lift and rotate and lengthen. Last 2. And 1 more. Top foot down, carefully coming down to face the arc. Very nice. So on this one, I will slide my arc a little further forward. We'll be working on a little planking with our hands on top of the arc. So hands are going to come right to the sides here, fingertips grabbing onto the outside edges of the arc. And then we will lift our knees up, coming into this nice elevated plank. From here, I just want you to drive one knee into the arc and bring it back, and the other knee into the arc and bring it back, Everything is steady and still. Your spine is quiet. Nice job, guys. Let's do 4. Keep that belly lifting, and 3. Last 2. And last 1, leave whatever knee is in, and then drive that knee towards the chest for 8, 7, 6. Last 4. And 1. Switch it out for 8, 7, 6, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. From here, push the hips back a bit, bend the knees, and then push the upper body back forward, straighten the legs. Bend and push. Inner thighs are parallel to one another here. Feet are touching, or big toes are touching for 4 and 3. Last time. Widen the knees, come into Pilates V, and 1 more time. Hips go back and forth. So now you're in this frog position for 4 and 3 and 2 and last 1. Bring your big toes back to touch. Walk your feet towards the arc. Beautiful job. Round the spine, puff up the back of the ribs, and roll yourself all the way to standing. Nice. So from here, take a slight bit of a step back away from your arc. We are going to take 1 foot up on top of the apex. Make sure that you feel secure here. Bring the back leg back just a little bit, enough so that you can lift the back heel high off of the ground, hands to the hips, and we will just do a little standing lunge here. Inhale and exhale. Now you choose the depth. That front foot is awfully high, so pay attention to how your knees are feeling. Good, let's do 4 more here. 3. That back knee is deeply bending towards the floor. Last one, find your low point. Bring your hands behind your head. We're gonna rotate towards our front knee and come back center. Exhale as you rotate. Inhale, come back center. Let's just do 2 more here. This is very challenging balance-wise. Good, last time. Come back center. Press your front leg to straight. Lower your back heel to the ground and step up. Same thing other side here. So remember, each side is very different when it comes to balance, so take your time. Other foot is gonna come forward onto the apex of the arc. Float your back heel up. Take your time till you find you're in a nice steady position. Hands to the hips to start. Hips are square. When you're ready, bend that back knee and straighten and bend and straighten. We'll do 4 more here, guys. And 3. The last 2. Last one, find your low point, hands behind the head. Slow rotation towards your front knee. Exhale. Inhale, forward. Exhale, use that waistline and those ribs to rotate your torso. Let's just do 2 more. And last time here. Come back center, hands come back to the hips. Press your front leg to straight, lower your back heel down, and push yourself up. Very nice job. Okay. Good. So let's flip our arc over for a moment. We are going to take off the bottom portion of our arc just for a brief moment, not for too long. And we will bring our arc perpendicular to the front edge of our mat. We are going to work on 1 more plank here. So hands can again be on the sides, fingertips pointing down. Try to even yourself out the best you can here. Walk 1 foot back into a plank position and then bring your other foot back into a plank position. We'll widen our feet just slightly here. And all we're going to do is shift our weight into our right foot, letting the arc roll to that side just slightly. Come back through center, shift the weight into the left foot, letting the arc rock the other way. We will do 2 rounds of this exercise so that we get a chance to turn the arc the other direction. Let's do 1 more rock to the left and 1 more rock to the right. Come back center, bring your feet carefully together and hold here. Try to stay as even and focused as possible. We'll just hold our plank for 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Carefully bring one knee down, the other knee down. Roll that arc around in a circle and bring your hands back up top. Shoulders are away from the ears. Walk 1 foot back into your plank. Find your stability. Walk your other foot back into your plank. Widen the feet just slightly. And here's our rock again. Just pay attention to the differences side to side. This is definitely a more challenging direction for me with the arc facing this way. Nice, take your time. And we'll do 4. And last 2. And last time. Even out those hands, bring your feet together and hold for 8, 7, last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring one knee down, bring the other knee down. Let's take our arc and put it back together for our last little series. So we'll attach those pieces and turn your arc over so that the lip is facing you for a little bit of back extension. Make sure that that's anchored in completely. So we are going to come forward onto the arc, belly on the apex of the arc, feet flexed, and toes down on the ground. So I want you to try to keep all 10 toes equally weighted on the floor to begin here. Your right hand is going to come back behind your head. Left hand comes down to the low back. Even weight through the hips and the toes on the floor. Your elbows are wide to the sides. Lower your torso forward towards the floor for a minute. Take a breath, inhale. Exhale, curl the head, neck, and chest up, coming into a long line. Lower the body forward and lift the body up. Lower the body forward and lift the upper body up. Adding on. So now let's add some rotation towards the hand or the elbow that's behind the head. Rotate towards that side and come down through the center. Rotate towards that lifted elbow and come down through the center. You can stay here or you can add your opposite leg floating up as you rotate and lower. So this is working that sling from our left elbow to our right glute. Our right elbow towards our left glute. Let's do 2 more here. And last time. Take a moment, replace the feet. If you would like, take your head down towards the floor for a moment, release the tailbone towards the backs of the heels, and then we will switch to the other side. So opposite hand comes back behind the head, opposite hand comes behind the low back. Let's just start by lowering straight towards the floor and lifting back up into back extension. And again, lowering towards the floor and lifting into back extension. We'll just do 1 more here like that before we add our rotation. And again, here we go. We're adding that rotation towards your lifted elbow. Hips evenly weighted in the top of that arc. Add your opposite foot if you would like. We'll do 2 more here. And last time. Very nice job. From here, make any adjustments you might need to find balance on the arc. We are gonna float our feet, and we are gonna bring our fingertips forward. And just lift our right arm as the left leg lifts, left arm as the right leg lifts. And switching side to side. For 3, 2, and last time. Beautiful. Reach those toes out nice and long. Maybe the right arm floats up. Maybe the left arm floats up, and hold your balance for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees travel down, hands come underneath you. Press yourself up and back. Bring your knees behind the arc. Press them into the front of the arc. Bring your hands forward into a rest pose. Take some deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth, letting the spine relax, tailbone towards the heels. Beautiful. When you feel comfortable, come all the way up. Have a seat, one hip in the side of the arc. Very nice job today, guys. Thank you so much for being here with me. Please make sure you subscribe and turn notifications on down below so you don't miss the next workout. As always, leave questions and comments down below. I love to hear what you guys think about this workout, what you'd like to see next. And thanks for coming. See you guys next time. El deslizado soy yo.